Now, when you think about crypto, I've spoken to hedge funds, I've spoken to people running the protocols themselves, people building on top of them. But I also find it interesting to talk to VCs. You see, VCs are earlier in the cycle, and you get to understand what's coming in the future, where they're investing their capital. And I think, VCs are often misunderstood. Everyone blames stuff on, VCs are dumping on us. But really, it's important to understand how this ecosystem works and the differences between that and the liquid markets. So I want to bring on two of my favorite people, Mike Dudas and Carl Vogel from Sickman Ventures, to talk about what they're looking at, what they're doing. Mike's been on a few times on Real Vision. He's one of my favorite people to talk to. And I think we're going to get a hell of a lot out of this conversation to help us crowdsource our hive mind.
Bitcoin Zella stands out with its simplicity and clarity. We've crafted an experience that anyone can dive into, whether you're a crypto expert or just a new to the crypto world. Now guess who keeps his eye on us? The author of best-selling book Rich Dad Poor Dad, Robert Kiyosaki. And we want to take this opportunity and thank all the people who trusted us, and we read every comment. And the best part, it's free. Subscribing now means you will get all new information for free. Don't just follow the trends, stay ahead of them. Subscribe to Bitcoin Zella today and enjoy the new edge. Raoul discusses how they survived the bear market and are allocating capital ahead of the next bull run. He also discusses AI and consumer-focused developments in how blockchain.
One of the other things I think might be interesting for your future thesis is, as it goes, is I've been thinking through what I get to is an economic singularity where everything starts falling apart. I won't go into the whole thesis, but one of the parts of this is very soon, like within next year, anything I see built, let's say Magic Eden, company you're invested in, I can give it to my AI and it will build it. Now, I may not get the customers, but it will give me the marketing plan and how to do it, right? So the velocity of business creation and destruction is mind-blowing, and AI will build AI businesses. I already think that's happening at OpenAI itself. And that, when I get to that, this is not the velocity that normal capital markets can deal with, because creation destruction is too fast, but it's perfectly made for crypto. It is what ICOs tested. It's what meme coins are testing now. It there truly becomes how long can that new product hold attention before somebody disrupts it? So I just think there's a very big thing coming.
Bitcoin's Uptober is off to a rocky start. In the first 3 days of the month, the BTC price dropped from $66,000 to under $60,000. Moreover, despite Bitcoin's price 3-week general uptrend, it is currently forming a bearish engulfing on the weekly chart, which may indicate a lead to a longer consolidation period before any recovery. Let's examine how low the price of Bitcoin could go if the current correction continues for the next few days or weeks. On September 27, Bitcoin closed a daily candle of its previous local top, forming a bullish higher high H8 pattern for the first time in 5 months. This was a major shift in market structure, and it is often ideal for uptrend charts to form a higher low HL before the next leg up. Bitcoin is currently experiencing a bounce from a demand zone between $60,500 and $57,400, which also coincides with the Fibonacci 0.50 to 0.618 retracement lines. The gap between 0.5 and 0.618 is often described as the golden zone, where high-time frame traders build potential swing positions. Bitcoin is currently just above the 0.5 to 0.618 gap after testing the psychological level at $60,000. But as illustrated in the chart, BTC faces resistance from the 200 EMA indicator. Therefore, there is a high possibility that the price will fall below $60,000 over the next few days. Tentashi, an independent analyst, also mentions that losing the 4 hours EMA 200 indicates that BTC might chop again and highlights a potential sweep at $57,400, which is the lower range of the golden zone. Bitcoin's recent price rally began on September 8, after which BTC price gained 18% to $66,140. Previously, a CME gap was formed over the September 6 to 7 weekend, which did not get filled on the way up. Over the past quarter, Bitcoin future CME gaps tend to get filled, and this particular gap remains unfilled.
Right, so flip up for the most important final question. Your PA weighting, what is it? What is your heaviest weighting? What token? And how do you manage your PA? Because you guys don't run liquid portfolios, so talk about your own stuff. Do you trade? Are you in the trenches? Do you care about the cycles? I want to hear from Mike, you go, and then Carl, you go.
But how I am currently sort of allocated in my PA is largely to Bitcoin and Solana, sort of what I call like my barbell thesis, which is one is money. It's Bitcoin. It's globally recognized. It's part of my dad's portfolio as well, my brother's portfolio, and it's just clear that it's broken out as something that is clearly going to sit alongside government-backed money, I think, for the duration of our lives and generations to come. So it's just critically important. And then Solana,
I'm not in the trenches flipping NFTs anymore. That's what you're telling me.
I'm not. I sold most of my NFTs, and I just hold, my PFP, which is a Pudgy Penguin, and a CryptoPunk, and a couple others for fun. But I'm not in the trenches. And then, Solana, I just believe is, basically from sort of a valuation, from a smart contract perspective, a smart contract chain, it's basically the one that we see the most activity across the totality of use cases. So I believe for a smart contract L1 or programmable L1 to be valuable, you actually need a full economy on it. You want people transacting in the native currency, and then also call it USDC or a stable coin, but you want them staying there, right? So you need everything from payments to DePIN to DeFi to gaming. And to me, Solana is that. And
only Sol and only complexity. The only two Sol and ETH are the only protocols that got even close to that.
That's generally our belief. And I think until chain abstraction happens fully, and we have investments in that area, a company called ZeroDev and the Ethereum ecosystem, we're watching that very closely, trying to help teams with chain abstraction. Because today, when I open my Coinbase wallet, I see eight different versions of Ethereum in my wallet.
Yeah, it's a pain. So, Carl, open your wallet.
As you can imagine, Mike and I think similarly in a lot of ways. So I'd say the barbell is 80% or more of my total PA, with Solana being the heavier weighting of the two. I'm very actively looking at the DePIN space. I think there's some. If I look at the fundamentals, though, on the demand side to our earlier conversation around price, I think there might be some better entry points at future times. But I think DePIN is an area where I'm very interested in deploying capital. Of course, memes. I think memes are incredible.
How does it not become a massive distraction? Because
seriously, I used to do a lot more trading, and then since working at Six Man, it's like I can create so much more value by focusing on finding great teams than if I'm sitting there building my own trading algorithms for NFTs and
exactly.
In an October 3 post on X, Thompson said buying Bitcoin in its current price range of $61,000 is a no-brainer, adding that the macro backdrop of price action for the crypto asset has changed significantly compared with past price drops. He attached a chart of Bitcoin's price action from March 5 this year, when BTC notched a new all-time high of $73,700. Thompson highlighted 3 previous similar setups, in which the price of Bitcoin plummeted and subsequently tumbled well below its 200-day moving average, a key technical indicator used by traders to gauge the midterm strength of certain assets. This time, however, BTC bounced sharply off the technical level, which Thompson said showed a clear invalidation on the back of a 180-degree shift in the macro backdrop, hinting that prices may soon swing upward. I don't usually give very short-term views, but seems like a no-brainer to be bidding this area. Escalating geopolitical tensions in the Middle East spooked markets earlier this week, with risk assets like Bitcoin selling off sharply as Iran took military action against Israel. Growing concerns over the strength of the U.S. economy and uncertainty around the outcome of the U.S. election in November have also weighed on risk assets. Meanwhile, mentions of Uptober, a nickname given to October for its historically bullish crypto price action, have plummeted across social media as markets continue to pull back. In line with Thompson, Other analysts also say the lack of recent optimism presents an opportunity for a short-term bounce. October excitement wanes as the market dips, which does open the door for a rebound. Whether the bigger downtrend is over remains to be seen, said Sentiment founder Maxim Balashevich. While October has historically been a strong month for returns, with an average gain of over 20% in the last 11 years, most of the gains happen later in the month. In the first half of October 2023, Bitcoin fell 7% to $26,650, but surged almost 30% in 2 weeks to close the month at $34,500, leading some traders to entertain the possibility of a sharp move upward later this month. And do not forget to subscribe to Bitcoin Zella. The most important news will reach your inbox on a daily basis and for free. I do not know why you have not subscribed yet. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more daily updates. Remember, knowledge is power, and we're here to empower you on your financial journey. Until next time, happy investing.